The night skies over Manitoba have been filled with moving patterns of color. The aurora borealis have been very active the last few nights. Joining us now to tell us more about what is happening is Manitoba Museum Planetarium's astronomer Scott Young. Good morning, Scott.
Morning, Rochelle.
Thanks so much for joining us. Now, I was lucky enough for 2 nights in a row, both Tuesday as well as last night, saw them from my back deck, and it wasn't that late either. It seems that a lot of people are getting this experience in Manitoba these days. Tell us what's going on.
Yeah, well, there was a big solar flare earlier in the week, and it's the activity on the sun that drives whether we see northern lights or not. So, long story short, the big solar flare made really bright northern lights. The first night, Tuesday night, was so bright, it just looked like the sky was painted red. I got out of my car and looked up, and the sky was just completely red. It wasn't something that was subtle or anything like that, just beautiful. Probably the brightest red aurora that I've seen in my life of sky watching. And all of a sudden the social media feeds started to light up and everybody was getting amazing pictures. It was just a fantastic event. And then it held over a second night. And so the people that missed it the first night had enough warning to get out and maybe go to a dark location and see all the stuff. It was just sort of the perfect combination of Mother Nature giving us a great show.
And we've seen so many pictures here at Your Morning Winnipeg. So many of my friends have sent pictures from all over the province. Really some incredible photos to take in. Tell us why these are perfect conditions for what we're seeing.
Yeah, well, the sun has sort of a cycle to it, and it gets more active every 11 years or so and then sort of fades off a bit. And the northern lights ebb and flow with that same cycle. And right now we're at solar maximum, basically the most active part of the sun. So we've been seeing quite a few northern lights in the last year or so compared to maybe 5 years ago. But also with the advent of social media, and now we have great cameras that everyone carries around in their phone, and people can just take a quick picture. It's really made it very accessible for people to see it. And of course, we just had the time change, and it's getting darker earlier, so that people are actually out and about in the dark. Whereas in summertime, it doesn't get dark till much later. So all of these things really fed together. But the main thing was that big solar flare that came pumping out of the sun on Monday. We actually thought it wouldn't get here till last night, but it got there early. So it was a bit of a surprise, and it just sort of shows we don't know everything we want to know about these northern lights, but if you go outside and you catch them, you're very lucky.
Now, is this expected to continue, or did we just get lucky getting it 2 days in a row like that?
Well, it's hard to say. The activity is definitely ebbing, and the first night was like very, very powerful. The second night was very different. We got to see different faces of the northern lights. Tonight, it'll probably be much fainter. However, the sun can do another gust of solar wind any time, and that gives us maybe a day or so warning that more activity might be on the way.
It's quite an experience to feel it, isn't it?
It is, yeah. I mean, you're standing there under the starry sky, and the whole sky is lighting up. It's very eerie. It doesn't look like spotlights or lasers or any other kind of light. It's a very eerie feeling to the colors. And then of course the second night we really got to see some of the curtains of aurora that we see sort of dancing and waving and really changing. The first night it was just sort of wow, everything all over the sky, sort of saturating the sky.